going to talk, I'll kind of go through, what we say and kind of do the presentation, but I'm also going to give you a little extra dialogue as to what's important and that sort of thing, okay?
Okay.
So before we kind of go through the presentation, the first thing you're going to want to do is learn how to set up to do a presentation, okay? And how I do that is I open a series of tabs with all the various places that I'm going to go demo from, okay? Um, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I heard a little beep or something.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
Scroll down.
you're obviously going to need to have your Join Me open because or whatever service you use, whether you're using GoToMeeting for your demos or what have you. I find Join Me to be very effective, very simple, very straightforward. It's $19 a month if you're getting into doing online demoing. Sort of thing. Then you're going to want to have a tab open with your FB Business Systems because this is going to give you the flow of your whole presentation. Under this, either click this customer, customer presentation icon. We'll go through that here in a second. Then I have, I'll have Facebook open. You're going to need a couple different versions of Facebook. So what I do, you're probably going to want to have two accounts. Because one of your accounts is going to be where you're the administrator of the page to demo traffic. When you want to log in as your business page and go out and post in high traffic area for to demonstrate the traffic side of things, you'll have to do that from an administrator account. But then when you're showing somebody a Facebook page, oh, by the way, you're looking at one of the new layouts. This is the new timeline layout, but what I do is I use another browser, like I'll use Firefox over here. Right now this is Chrome. I'll use Firefox with a second account that's not an administrator account. And the reason you do that is because when you come in and you're showing somebody one of the business pages, one of these demo pages, you want to act like you're a visitor. You don't want to have administrative rights. You want the system and Facebook's platform to treat you like you're a visitor. So, and that way you can walk them through from the eyes of a home buyer or home seller coming through the page and coming through the system, exactly the sort of thing they would see. So the best way to do that, like I said, is have two separate accounts. I'm using like my wife's account here just for the visitor sort of demonstration. And the reason you use two browsers is because if you try and just flip-flop using one browser between an administrator account and another one, they're going to Facebook's going to kind of merge them. They're going to see, oh, well, you're logging in and you're the administrator. So it keeps your user sessions different, okay, from Facebook's, from them assuming you're wanting to do something you're not, right? Okay, let's see. So the last tab that I have open is this is a demo of the whole control center. Okay, so this is what manages all the content, all the promotions, and I'll show you here real quick. Like we were just looking at a fan page with a fan gate for home staging. So that's where this serves up from. Okay, like if I go right back over here, see this graphic here in Facebook? It actually serves up from our single server website, the control center from here. And that's what gives you the ability to basically set up a whole bunch of agents and an unlimited number of folks. We just code all their business pages, all their Facebook business pages, to piggyback off of this central control center's content. Okay, so we'll talk about that more. Let me kind of, do you have any questions then about how you'd set up? Two browsers, here's 3 or 4 different tabs that we set up, and then the other browser you just use for your second account in Facebook.
And this is all going to be set up from your Facebook page on your home page when you go down to the business site, right? We've created the administrative page.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about here.
Facebook systems.
Yeah, you're gonna.
To understand
Yeah.
Where
So
exactly you start the presentation?
yeah, this is
This with the sales center. You go to the sales center and start
yeah,
from there. Is that correct?
that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so what I do,
Customer presentation, and then you go from there. Okay.
right, and the customer presentation is going to kind of walk you through the whole thing. You'll have to, there'll be points, and we'll go through it here in a second, but there'll be points that direct you, okay, well now it's time to go do a demo of the Facebook fan page, and you'll know when we go through the presentation here. It'll indicate to you, okay, hop over to your other tabs now. All right. So you're going to want to start here and let the fbbusinesssystems.com site under customer presentation kind of guide you through your presentation. All right. First thing I always do before I go through this is I ask the customer a little bit about their business. Everybody has a different size business. Some folks, that we're doing demos for are actually in the mortgage industry. So you want to understand their business a little bit so that you can customize the presentation to their particular business. And you also want to find out how much do they know about Facebook. Do you need to spend a little time showing them some statistics on the power of Facebook before you get started, or are they already kind of up to speed with Facebook? They may already have their own Facebook fan page, but it's not working for them. So learn a little bit about their background, their experience level, and if it requires, start here, with hitting some of these. I'll just click on it real quick. Hit them with some of these big statistics here on Facebook, and kind of get their mindset into, hey, look, this is really where I need to be for my business to consumer business. Residential real estate is a business to consumer company, model. And Facebook is basically the number one social platform for business to consumer companies. There's just no doubt about it. LinkedIn is great for business to business, but Facebook is it for business to consumer. So if they're not real familiar with it, you might want to spend a little bit of time kind of wowing them on the Facebook side of things before you go through the customer presentation. Okay, but then once you get them ready and you start, I just go down here and click through here, and it's going to start walking you through your series of slides, and these are just big graphics with little hyperlinks down here to the next slide, right?
Yeah.
So you
Now, have those changed? I mean, I haven't taken a look at it as a system in a little bit now, so I'm sure that there's things that have changed.
Yeah, a little bit. We'll have to change them. Like some of these little graphics, we'll be updating as we migrate the whole system over to the timeline format, because this isn't going to apply anymore. But for the most part, it's pretty much unchanged. So when you're going through your presentation, the first thing you want to do is set the table. You want to say, hey, look, this is a promotion system and a recruiting system all in one. It's a promotion system to help them get hundreds more leads out of all their agents, and to get dozens new agents recruited into their business, right? And those are the two primary objectives of every real estate company. So, you're hitting kind of both of their most important aspects, right? And what you'll see is these statements down here in the red on every one of these slides is kind of your transition into the next slide. Okay, so this is going to unleash the collective power of their agents for more leads and more recruits. So you can click next slide, and it says, okay, well, how's it going to do that? How are you going to get hundreds more leads? Well, you're going to turn every agent into a lead machine by equipping them with a coordinated Facebook business system and business pages for each one of them. So you're going to give every agent a Facebook business page. Well, why are you going to do that? And this is where again, based on how much expertise they have with Facebook business pages, you may spend time here, you may not. You're going to equip them with business pages because business pages are the format for doing business, and profiles aren't. Most people out there in real estate are still using the personal profiles. You just want to make the point that this is kind of where most people are, but this is absolutely terrible for marketing business. You've got to have a business page. And again, if they're already acclimated with the business page format, you might just breeze through this.
Yeah.
And this, gives them a side-by-side comparison. Personal profiles, kind of red. You don't want to be over here. It's
close to the public. That means what is it? What do you mean close to the public?
You can only get into somebody's personal profile if they add you as a friend.
And then he has you as a friend. I got you. Okay.
Right. So it's yeah. I mean, think about a real estate agent trying to get people that they're not friends with to come talk to them about buying and selling real estate for them. First of all, they're going to get some name that they don't know, asking them to be a friend, and they're going to say, "Well, I don't know who you are. I'm not going to add you as a friend so you can see all my personal stuff." So you can't do you can't do business because it's closed. Business pages are wide open. Everybody can come and go and like and unlike the page. That's where you need to be. It's 100 times more powerful. Detailed tracking and statistics built into every fan page. It's called Facebook Insights, and there's a whole module that allows you to track visitor statistics and demographics, and get graphs and charts and daily traffic, daily likes, and over any period of time. So it's very powerful, and it's all built in there free. And you can put your business hat only on when you're talking over here, versus when you're over here, you're talking to your friends. Sometimes you're using language that might not be conducive for doing business, and over here you can be a little bit more professional and keep it entirely separate from your friend base. Okay, so that's just again, depending on how much expertise somebody has, you may breeze right through this. Okay, so why aren't people, I guess let me go back and kind of transition here. Where you want to transition is, why are so few people using business pages at this point? And again, this is based on our research with real estate agents. Most of them are still over here. A very small percent of them have built a business page. And they, quite honestly...
Is there any other system? I Googled Facebook business systems for real estate, and it didn't come up when I Googled it. And then there may be a couple other products out there that are trying to compete with the product that we have.
I don't know of any competitors. I don't know of any competitors. Okay. There's a ton of competitors on just making individual business pages for one person, like one page, one person. But they're missing a ton of what's important. It's kind of like there's a whole bunch of people that build websites too for people, but 99% of those websites don't get any traffic to it, so they might as well not even exist. And that's part of why our system is truly a complete system. We not only give you a page with cool graphics and features and but we show you how to drive traffic to it by giving you the highest traffic sites in your city. And then on the back end, we also have lead capture that drops to your mailbox. You've got to be able to drive traffic, get them in there, get them interested, and capture them on the back end so that at some point in time you can do business with them outside of Facebook. And it's kind of that traffic driving portion and the lead capture that so many systems miss. And they've got a flashy page, but they have no way of capturing any leads or driving any traffic. So you'll see that as we go through the presentation. Okay, so building a business page is hard to make. It's hard to do. You've got to have some graphic design skills. You might have to have coding skills. You might have to have video developing skills. You've got to be able to build lead capture forms in. So they're hard, and that's where we come in. We make it easy, right? We've got a complete system that's proven to work, being used by real estate agencies, out there. So using promotions that real estate companies use day in, day out, we've just integrated the same sort of promotions into the Facebook framework. Okay, so we kind of set the stage here on going out to your first other demo, your live demo using one of your demo sites. When built properly, Facebook business page is the #1 lead tool on the market today. So let's go and see why. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to transition over to my little Firefox. This is where you want to show them from the perspective of a visitor. So you want to use an account to your demo page that is not an administrative account, that you don't have administrative rights to the page. So you'd be surfing this page just like any other.
Just like any other customer that doesn't have any kind of rights to the page. I gotcha.
That's right. So it's like, okay, well, yeah.
Like my fiance, if she doesn't have rights.
That's right.
Use her account.
Right, and so let's assume she's in the business to she wants to sell her home right now. Okay, so she's going to see one of your ads or one of your postings somewhere out there in cyberspace. She's going to be like, oh, I want to learn how to sell my house fast. So I'm going to click on this sell your house fast and see what it's all about. Well, immediately upon entering your site, they're falling into what's called a default landing page. Okay, which is immediately has a fan gate. We have fan gate technology. The fan gate technology that's built into our system is tied into this like button. Okay, and are you familiar with that, Brian?
Yeah, it enables you to get in. Basically, when you hit the like button, it'll get you to where you want to go.
Yeah. So
by liking the page.
right. So our system is immediately incentivizing the visitor to click the like to see this deal, to get this exclusive deal. So when you do that, I found interestingly enough yesterday that Facebook no longer hides the like button. They now just put a check mark by it and say liked. So I thought that was an interesting upgrade. And I've already, you can see we're already some of our designs are migrating to the new format. So yeah, we're right in the middle. In fact, probably by Monday, all of our demo pages will be turned over to the new timeline format, which is a wider format. And it looks like the form. I told these guys not to publish this yet, but it looks like they've gone ahead. So it's not a big deal. We'll be done by Monday, but anyhow. So they drop in, they get the deal, and in the lead capture form they can sign up for the deal, and they get an opportunity to they got to put in this key code system. Here is our way of identifying each individual agent's page. So each individual agent, let's say there's 100 agents in an agency, each agent will have their own unique 5-digit code over here. And so when your fiance or anybody else that's visiting this page wants to get this deal, they have to quote unquote unlock the deal by putting in that 5-digit number. And what that's really doing is it's telling the back end system which agent's page generated the lead, so that you know who to give it, so the system knows who to give it back to, right?
Got it. Gotcha. Now we're recording this whole thing, right? If you're gonna send
right.
Just so I don't miss anything later, I can replay it.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I like to have that just because sometimes you miss things, or later on during the line, I'll be like, wait a minute, what did you say about that?
Yeah, sure.
Just so I have everything in.
Yeah, it still says it's recording here, so we should be good.
Perfect.
So, so what you're going to do is you're going to want to go in, you're going to want to show them that fan gate. Very few people are familiar with the fan gate, believe it or not. And the points that you want to make basically are, okay, here's a business page. You're going to get a custom design with your own logos, your own color scheme, your own promotions, your choice of promotions. Every one of your agents is going to be set up with one of these pages if they decide to buy it for every agent. And there's going to be a series of various promotions down here that they, that are every one of these pages are going to be loaded with all these promotions. Okay. Yeah. And there's a career center for recruiting built into every page too. So you might show them a couple different promotions in here. You might take them and show them the recruiting center built in. And then there's, the news sort of tab. So their design is going to be custom. The design itself is meant to funnel all of the visitors into a lead capture form. So everything we do is built to, everything in our design is to drive people to like your page and then drive them to lead capture forms. So likes and leads is the name of the game. Let me see what else. So one for every agent, custom build, and they get their choice of promotions. If they don't want to use our standard promotions, they just let us know what promotion promotions they would like to have in their system, and we, again, because it's a custom build, we build those for them. All right. So you go show them we got a flashy design, professional design. It's going to be, have their logos, their color schemes of their choice, built from the ground up. And then you're going to go back to your presentation after you show them a sample page, right? And what this does is it gives a summary of your first demo. Okay, so it has strong visual appeal, so it allows them to have consistent, high-quality marketing, consistent branding, but it's going to allow them to have custom graphics and messages of their choice and interactive pages with lead capture forms. So it looks great, but we'll be the first to admit, looks aren't everything. It's got to work, right?
Absolutely.
So it looks great, but will it drive traffic? And you want to impress upon them, well, this is why the traffic side of things is really the main reason why you want a system inside Facebook, and it's why 3 simple reasons we built our system inside Facebook. And it's because Facebook right now is the only way to reach millions of prospects in minutes a day, all completely free. And people are going to want a little proof on a statement like that. That's a pretty bold statement. So this is where you go out, and now you're going to go to your administrative rights page. And, I'm using Chrome with one of my accounts here. And you're going to want to go in. You're going to want to log in as one of your pages. I've got a whole bunch of them. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to grab one of them. And now I'm logged in. As you can see up here, my business page name is shown and my business icon. So everything I say everywhere now is going to post my business page name and my logo. So let's just say what I always do is I go to whatever city the customer is in to show them specifically where they would go. So like we had a guy from Toronto yesterday that we're demoing on. So I went out and I said, okay, I just put in Toronto, and I always use a sports team or something because it's it's going to be one of the highest traffic sites. And so we went out to the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you did basically show them, hey, look, there's a lot of people out here, man, following, in your city, and guess what? Most of these people are going to be from Toronto, and a lot of these people are going to be homeowners from Toronto. And then some portion of them are going to be people in the market to sell their home, right? So the name of the game in advertising is get your advertising message in front of as many people as humanly possible as fast as you can do it, right? Just like any advertising. Well, we're going to go join in the conversation here with our business page. And I'm just going to say, it doesn't even matter what you write. What you don't want to do is you want to impress upon them, don't ever spam. Just join in the conversation. Don't be pushy. Don't say, hey, are any of you looking for a home? You want to let your page name do the selling for you. And that's why part of our system is to use the best techniques available to make sure that their business page name is a very strong call to action, speaking specifically to the people they're trying to get to do business with. Okay? So I love the Leafs. So I'm just joining in. I'm supporting the cause, and boom! When I post, it's putting my business logo up there and a hyperlink back to my business page. So anybody that's looking for home deals, obviously this says Pittsburgh and it should say Toronto, what have you. But you're basically trying to demonstrate. Look, I just got my marketing message in front of a lot of people, and what did that take me? 5 seconds to post it. And then as part of our system, we give them the top 300 highest traffic pages in their city. So if they were an agency in Toronto, we'd give them a list so they can literally go one page after another and do the same sort of thing to the other highest traffic pages in Toronto and get their message in front of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of people in literally minutes a day, all completely free.
Yep.
Right? So that's your, and I'm just going to delete this post so I don't litter the Toronto wall here with stuff from Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you've done your demo of the traffic, and you want to point out again, you're going to give them a cheat sheet, if you will, of the highest traffic sites, and we get those indexed from a service in India. So people don't have that. It's extremely hard. If you want to try and build your own list of your highest traffic sites, you really can't do it. It would take you probably months to compile.
Really?
Yeah, because it's an exact match. You have to know exactly what it was called. If this page was called the official Toronto Maple Leafs, you would never find it by writing Toronto. You'd have to write in the official Toronto, and then it would start coming up.
Yeah.
So again, if you don't know exactly what the pages are called, you never be able to find it. It'll take you months. So we make that very simple by giving them a cheat sheet list of the top 300 pages.
Now,
Okay.
when you're talking about like the thing when you're like, oh, it's completely free, everything's being completely free, they're gonna say the system's gonna be free then, you know?
Oh no, yeah, it's a free advertising system for their agents, but somebody got
fee for the system.
yeah, one-time build fee. Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's the traffic demonstration that you get queued again anytime you see these view live demo. That cues you to skip over and do the demo, right? So this is the traffic portion. And you come back and you go back through your and then the next page after any demo is going to kind of summarize what you just did. So it's an amazing traffic source, allows you to get to hundreds of large groups easily, all located in your local market, so that you can actually reach millions of people in minutes. Okay, so it works great too. But now, how do you operate it? And this is your transition over to the conversation about the control center. Okay, so our system and all of the pages, all of the are coordinated through one single source, and this is the control center. So because it's all managed centrally, this whole platform, this whole system, it's got consistent quality where agents don't need to build their own pages. They just piggyback off of your central system. It has amazing scalability. You can set up a new agent page in just minutes, and has centralized statistics for the office so that the office can see which agents are getting leads and which ones aren't. And that's extremely important for maximizing the lead generation of any office. You're always going to have some people that do it and a bunch of people that don't do it. And because of that, you're going to the office will be able to see who's doing it right and use them as a testimonial and an example to get the rest of them to get up to the best practices as fast as possible.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay, so I think the next page is just yet another transition to you're going to show them an actual control center. So what this illustrates here is, the control center that manages it all. One person in the office can manage the entire system. It uses drag and drop technology so that this person here managing the system doesn't have to have any technical skills whatsoever. All they need to do is be able to click and drag and a mouse. And they can update all of the content, all of the promotions across all of the business pages instantly from one place. And so you go out now and take them to, and let me see, where do I have this? Do I have one up? Okay, yeah. So this is in our demo. This is the URL for our demo site, control-center.intuitwebsites.com. So this is our this is a demo site. You can go in here, you can look at any of it. What I tend to do is I just go into the content to show them, hey, look, this is a 40-page site that controls all of the promotions from one place. Here's a list of all their promotions. Here's the recruiting. So this is kind of their index page. What I tend to do is I say, look, you're going to have whatever your promotions are. You're going to go in here, and they're all being served up. All your fan pages are being served up content from this site, this 40-page site. And I go and I'll show them one of the ads that they probably will recall from the original presentation of the page, just so they make the connection in their head. Oh yeah, I remember that graphic. I'll go over and looks like they've eliminated the where's the unlike button now that they've changed this around. I think it's hidden behind I've got this little floating thing you can't see here, but they're gonna have it up here now. Okay, so I'm gonna unlike it just to go back. See, when you unlike it, the gate closes again. So that's the graphic that's pulling from this control center site. It's being served up from this server website. And then when the gate gets opened, the other side of the gate, the software basically migrates over to this. And here you can see it looks like our demo site's getting updated here.
Yeah, they got that big yellow thing in the middle of the page.
Yeah, that's now moved over. I could literally go over here and click a button and probably update this whole look. What I didn't want to do is I was trying to not have this updated until after our conversation today. I have one more demo after this, and then we're going to migrate over to the new format, which is it's 810 pixels wide. I think Facebook has a very, very powerful upgrade here, and I'm extremely excited about how this will help sell our system. The new timeline format is just phenomenal. Okay, so you're going to show them this, and the other thing that I guess key feature that this marketing platform control center website does is it stores all of the graphics and codes and things that makes the whole system possible. So if somebody, let's just say, there's an agent who went out and oops, he deleted one of his little advertisements off of his photo strip by accident, he could literally just come out to this site, the control center site, and download a new copy so that he can re-upload it to his photo strip. So this stores all the things for the agents if they do have an oops moment. And the other thing it does is it also has training videos. So when we set some up, and they're not in our demo site, but when we do video, we do custom videos to get their agents started. So when they announce it, it says, okay, well, here's how it's going to work. Here's how you're going to set up your page if you want to do anything with it. It is truly turnkey, so they don't have to touch it. All they really have to do is log in and start posting. But if they, it explains to them a little bit about the settings and how they can tinker with their page name if they want to test it. So it is truly their page. We want to train them a little bit, and then we give them a training video on how to drive traffic to their page, how to log in, how to use their new top 300 list and go out and drive traffic. So truly an end-to-end system here with a central server website that trains the agents, stores all of the components and code and things in the background for safekeeping in one place, and serves up all of their promotional content all from one place to give their system true scalability. All right, so then after you again show them the power of the control center website and what function it serves, go back to your so now this is again a summary. So now we've demonstrated to them, we've got it looks great. They'll have a custom professional design. It works great. With the traffic demonstration, we showed them how they'd reach millions and build their database quickly on autopilot. And then they control it centrally with their central control center website that we build for them. And then we kind of want to leave them with one of the most powerful things, which is how it recruits agents. So it does all these things. We mentioned how it recruits agents. So bottom line is, since they have these lead generation machines and pages for agents to use, they can go offer a free page out to other agents who aren't working with them to come join their agency, and in exchange they'll get a free custom design page free for them to use to get more leads there using their system. And I know of very, very, very few agencies that have any kind of coordinated Facebook marketing system for their agents to use. They kind of just leave all their agents to figure it out themselves, right? The problem with that is the agents don't have the skills to build them, and they don't know how to market in Facebook. The 99% of them are putting, for example, they're putting their team name or their company name as their business page name. So you can imagine it's saying John Smith Real Estate Team. Well, it's not speaking to anyone. That's not a very good marketing message. It doesn't tell home sellers how to sell fast. It doesn't tell people who are shopping for new homes how to get good deals. It's a very generic. It might as well say Acme Real Estate. And unfortunately that has no gusto. It's not speaking to anyone, and it's not going to get any traffic to the page, even if they are out there posting. So you do it right, and you'll get a ton of traffic. You do it wrong, you'll get no traffic. And then the other cool thing in recruiting meetings is, well, since you have this system with all these pages, you could literally show these people the page that they would get for them joining your team. You take a tablet or a laptop out to your recruiting meeting, and you show them how it works right there in the recruiting meeting. This isn't some pipe dream. A lot of folks will say, we're the best trainers, we're the best at this, we're the best at that. Well, you can't really prove that, but you can show them the system, and it's live and it works, and you can show them the whole thing to demonstrate, how real it is and how powerful it is, and that tends to go a lot further in a recruiting meeting than to, basically just say we're the best at this, we're the best at that. It's tangible, it's palatable, and they can see what they're going to get to come over for, to work for their agency. And, I think we probably talked about this in the past, but for the typical kind of real estate company, one recruit can contribute like $10,000 a year just for an average agent. So each recruit a company gets is worth a lot of money. And that's basically the transition over to, okay, well, yeah, you can make a lot of money off recruiting just a few new agents in using our system. And that kind of is the lead into our packages and how much they cost, right? We actually have a fourth plan now that we've just installed in, this is now called Silver Plus. And so it looks like we've got to update this. And then there's a basic Silver that's $4,700 that doesn't have the back end database on it. It basically has just a lead capture form, right? So anyway, so you've broken into, the expense. The things you want to point out is, look, this is a one-time build expense to build your whole system custom from the ground up. You can use your system forever after the one-time expense. We allow them to finance this expense over 2 months so they can break this in half. Shows you which size agency each one of these is recommended for. 8 out of 10 agencies. Well, I know you're in discussions with a big one, so they're obviously going to want this gold system. The smaller agencies, and there's a lot of them, are probably going to want our silver plan, or they may just want the recruiting plan. But you just start getting into the discussion about dollars and cents and why one's better than the other. If you want to go out and show them the details, you just go over to this products tab, and it's going to show a side-by-side comparison of all the breakdown for each of the modules. So this is a module tab showing over here. And again, just to kind of link it back, so this blue lead generation, this green recruiting, it's just kind of summarized over here. Blue lead generation, green recruiting. So this shows it from a very high level perspective, which modules are included. The product tab shows it a little bit more detailed, side by side.
The custom photo strips come at the top of the page, right?
Yes, they do. The new timeline. Yeah, the new timeline is basically eliminating that photo strip. So once we have the new demo page up early next week, you're going to want to go out and acclimate yourself with it. But you're not going to be able to swallow this whole elephant overnight. You're going to want to go in here and kick the tires and understand each one of these things. So obviously, as you have questions, just shoot me an email or let me know, and we'll go in a little more detail. But I'm giving you kind of the 50,000 foot level perspective right now. Right? Okay, so let's see what's next here on our presentation. Okay, we give them a couple bonuses. All right, so we give them the extra 100 top local groups if they order in the next 5 days. So this is the way to incentivize them to hurry up and buy, right? So they get a couple bonuses here, and then you're to the point where they could order. If they wanted to lock in an order, you'd fill out this order form. This basically gives us all of their primary contact information. You'd put your name in here as the primary salesperson, and that triggers us to make contact with the customer, figure out exactly all the specifics about what they want, and build their system for them. So we have basically a design session that starts immediately after the order. You don't have to use this form. I mean, you could just call me up and say, hey, look, this customer is ready to go. Get in touch with them and let's make it happen. But that's kind of where the design team takes over from you. You've got the sale done, and now you just sit back and you go find another customer. We build it all. We design it. We figure out what logos, color schemes, and all that they need. And the whole system is built from the ground up in 21 days or less.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. So with that, let me see what else I've got that maybe we could talk about or cover here. I think that's really about it. So you can see that the customer presentation guides you as you go. It kind of cues you as to when to shift gears and go out and show them their demo. So just before you do your presentation, make sure you've got your various tabs open and ready to go, and your other browser ready to go, and because you just click from one tab to the other or from one browser to the other. It's pretty simple. So to get started, Brian, what you're going to want to do is, and I'd be happy to do this, when just go out and get demo requests at this point, right? Find people interested in learning more and doing a demo. And the best way to do it is to let me do the demos, first few of them until you get your feet wet. Watch me do them. And then I'll give you the keys and you can go do it yourself. And again, if we make a sale on one of the demos that I'm doing for you while training you, you get the full commission. So no worries on that. I just look at it as killing two birds with one stone. We get you to watch and learn, and at the same time, maybe we make a sale or two and we all make some money, right?
That sounds nice. That would be very nice.
So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stop this